like I hope my clients aren't listening to me right now, but I never delivered a website that I was fully satisfied with.
All
All
right,
right.
let's do this one. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I know you guys have been the people who have been following us. We haven't been very active lately, and maybe this could be our first theme. I actually just had a baby. I mean, my wife and
Yep.
I had a baby. So
Congrats, by the way.
thanks, man. So
Very beautiful little girl.
it is. It is. She's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm very happy.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this. I'm
All
very
right.
happy, but maybe I don't express it the way people want me to express it.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So for example, my wife's side, everybody is ecstatic, and on my family side, everybody is too. But I was raised in a family with four boys, four brothers, and my wife has only one sister, and they are more like they pay more attention to like, oh my God, she's so cute, and she is cute, and I did say it a few times, which I have no problem saying it, and she's adorable, she's cute. Uh, I just had my mom on the phone like right before we started, and she said, "Oh my God, can you believe how cute she is? She is really cute, Jawad. She is." I said, "Yeah, mom, I know, I know," but and sometimes people ask me, "So, how do you feel?" And I feel a little bit uncomfortable about with this question. Like, how do you feel?
Because you feel that people expect you to feel a certain way or
Yes,
react a
exactly,
certain way.
exactly.
But I think it's quite normal, especially they say a mom is a mom as soon as she's pregnant.
Yeah,
And for a father, it hits you a bit later.
true, true.
Because you need to develop an actual relationship. So I don't think it's abnormal. And I get that feeling that you might feel, like
Yeah.
you're underjoyed.
Examination. No, but also under examination. Like,
Yeah, people
okay, tell
expect
us,
you
how
to
do you
react.
feel? I feel good, obviously. Like, how do you think I feel? Like,
Yeah.
this is a silly question. Like, how do you how do you think I would feel if like I have a baby? It's beautiful, it's magnificent. But how do I feel? Like, I'm not gonna roll down and start crying. Like, I feel good. I'm very happy. Of course, I'm happy. Like, and sometimes they're like, "How do you feel?" So, and they're watching you like intensely. Like, so. I'm good. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
So
okay.
sometimes
Let it out. Let it out.
like sometimes I am, of course, I know what they expect, and sometimes I play along and I say, "Oh, I feel so good. It's a beautiful moment."
There's a lot of things that come with it, especially here in Morocco. We talked about this previously, like having, it's that big of an event. People start coming and showing up every time and asking you the same questions over and over again. And it's quite a hard exercise, especially when it's it's a beautiful thing, like you said, but it's not like the biggest deal in terms of it didn't change your life in the sense of day to day life.
Yeah, I mean, it
It's
did change a little bit.
no, of course, but it's
I
not
know
like
what you mean. I know
yeah.
what you mean. Like, I don't wake up in another country now, or I have a different. I know exactly. I still wake up at the same time. I mean, because now my wife and the baby are her parents. I'm sure it will change as soon as everybody gets here. But we will have some changes. But it's
But
not like
you don't experience it straight away because you don't have a normal life right now. Everyone's around you. You don't have like that normal small family life with your wife and your kid, and you adapt to your life. You don't have really a view on how your life is actually. Are you
no,
okay, bro?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
We
Yeah.
can see that you just got a kid. Not a lot of sleep.
I'm okay. Yeah, not a lot of sleep. It's been quite an adventure. I think it's slowly sinking in. I'm obviously very happy for people who are listening that might know me in real life. And it's also a lot of responsibility. Sometimes I think about like 2 or 3 steps ahead. I'm like, okay, let's have a plan, and let's not rush into stupid plans and stupid ideas. Let's take a step back and okay, how do I plan the next 5 years? How do I plan the next 10 years? what are the stepping stones that I want to establish, etc. This is my kind of thinking. I'm not saying like, oh, she's beautiful. She is beautiful, but I think every mom thinks her baby is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, so by me saying she's beautiful, I mean it's so normal that I feel like I don't even need to say it. That's my point.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
And the other thing is in the United States, which brings us to the original topic that we decided a few seconds ago to talk about. People are very overly excited. May I say annoyingly excited about the small things? Like, are you excited? Oh my God, we're gonna go eat ice cream. Chillax, it's ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's good ice
They
cream,
like
but
to over like.
I'm not gonna jump to like I'm not gonna jump because it's ice. I'm gonna eat ice cream. I mean, just relax. And this exaggeration of emotions is sometimes annoying.
And diminishes the value of actual excitement.
Big time.
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely.
I agree. I mean, just tone it down a little bit. Relax. It's just ice cream.
Yeah, if you
It's
love
just
everything, how do we know that you really love something? You know, like,
exactly.
oh,
Then
you're
don't
doing
love
this.
anything.
I love it.
Yeah.
You're wearing that. I love it. Oh my God,
Yeah.
what is this? Oh, man.
You know, the other thing that annoyed me a little bit in the States is when, and even in Morocco, actually, when people said, oh, my son, he's so smart.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just by saying this, it annoyed me a little bit.
Yeah, because it's a weird thing of, flexing in a way about, oh, look at what my child does, or look at what my child does. And it's not particular to something they're good at. It's usually they do it in what's socially valued.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, my kid has so good grades, or did this amazing school, or did this. No one tells you, oh, my kid is happy, or
Yeah, exactly.
my kid is
That's
doing
true.
his passion. He's actually sleeping in a van, but playing gigs all year round,
yeah.
doing concerts.
He's living the dream. Yeah, that's true.
No, oh, my kid did the Harvard, and then they're like, oh, Harvard, that's nice. Mine did this with this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it's like that competition and that stuff, and yeah, it's
But-
kind of annoying.
But also, like, specifically the term, oh, he's a genius. He's so smart. My son is so smart. He is 5 and he already uses iPads. Well, yeah, he uses iPads. He just swipes. Like, he's not a computer scientist. He's not an engineer per se. He just uses pictures and swipes them left and right, left and right. I mean, let's relax here for a second. Like,
Yeah, no, for sure. But I guess
oops.
like when you have that, parents like to imagine that their kids are like geniuses when they do something good, and usually they panic when they do something bad as well.
Yeah, they dramatize the
That
bad
dramatize
things.
it big time.
Absolutely.
Like, oh,
Absolutely.
my kid lied to me today.
Yeah, he smokes a cigarette. Listen, all right, let's relax. a little
Exactly.
bit.
Like if you look back, like me personally, I was never like the troubled child.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah,
Like I was kind of not. But if they knew like half the stuff we did back then, big and small,
yeah,
they wouldn't have that
Same
view,
image,
the
yeah.
same image at all. And at the end of the day, we turned out to be
all right, yeah.
more or less all right. Like
That's
like you said, gateway drugs.
Yeah.
And if he, I don't know, he skipped class. What's next? Is
Yeah.
he gonna rape someone?
Exactly. Well,
come on,
no,
man.
there's
There's
nothing
like
next.
there's steps, to the thing.
before that. Yeah, that's true.
So, and it's the same thing for geniuses. Like, oh, my kid actually turned on his phone without knowing that. Like, oh, he hacked my phone.
Yeah.
He just saw your password,
Well,
but they
yeah,
remembered it.
and also, it's not because you're not really good at iPad and computers, and he is just
Of
like
course.
normal at it. It doesn't make him a genius because you're bad at it. I mean, it just makes him somebody who can remember 4 numbers. I mean, come on, like, just relax.
Yes,
for a
what
second.
what does that even mean? Being a genius, like this. I know some dumbass people.
Yeah. Yeah.
but that they're geniuses somewhere.
Well, I'm sure their parents thinks they're
and
geniuses.
and vice versa. Like a lot of geniuses on so many levels the most basic thing: human interaction, social skills.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Complete dumbasses.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like we all have our. Then it's a question of what you value at a given time.
yeah, and strength and weaknesses. It's all like peaks and valleys. It's not like so much. He's 100% dumb and he's 100% genius. And I think, like I was many times that. Also, like sometimes the parents. I was at the dinner the other day with a couple of a couple that had a kid who was about my age, and maybe a little bit younger, and they were saying all night. So they were asking him, so what is your son doing? What is he up to? Everything is okay? Yeah, everything is okay. How is your daughter? How is this? How is that? Oh, my son, he's so brilliant. He was describing a situation where his son was, so this guy, he made it. Okay, he's doing great in
Like
his
the
life.
son?
No, the
Okay.
parents they have a great job and they made it and they are all set, but their son is still trying to find himself. He doesn't know if he wants to work in hospitality. He doesn't know if he wants to live in outside Morocco, inside Morocco, in Switzerland, in Germany, blah blah, in Portugal. He was also talking about Portugal, and they were saying, oh, they loved him. They loved him everywhere. Everywhere he went, they loved him. He went to, he tried to open a restaurant here in Morocco, and it went fantastic. He had so many good ideas, and the owner of the restaurant said, I want you to work for me, etc., etc. But no, he wanted to chase his dreams, and he wanted to go to Europe. And in Europe, I tried to help him, and etc., etc. And I'm like, so you kept saying he's a genius, but take away the he's a genius. He's basically just job hunting. Like he's looking for a job.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing genius about it. And
Yeah.
he's about to find a job. I mean, let's relax a little bit.
How important it is to find a job. Like it's important, but it's not like the craziest thing. And a lot of times parents don't take in, and some people as well for themselves don't take accountability on whatever they do. Like, he opened a restaurant, it was fantastic, everything was working well, but the people didn't really
understand his
style.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so he had a restaurant that didn't work. Like,
it happened. He's not a genius.
It's
He's
a
not a
very
dumbass.
big-
It happens.
I
That's
think
it.
it's a very big social problem, especially in Morocco, that people have a lot of trouble saying it how it is.
Yeah,
Definitely, and being okay with it.
yeah.
Because, okay, you failed at something. Big
You need
fucking
somebody
deal,
to blame.
you know?
No, you need somebody to blame. Like, the manager didn't like him. Listen, me personally, I hate when people compliment me. I don't hate it. I feel very uncomfortable. Let's put it this
Yes.
way. I don't like when people compliment. I'm like, because I always think like, listen.
Well, I think it depends on what, like, if you value what they are complimenting you on or not.
I do value their compliment, but I keep saying, and we keep having this conversation. I'm very clumsy today. Is it your phone?
No, it's not.
But it's not mine. So I keep, for example, when people tell me, oh, this one is
Now
mine.
it's you.
Yeah. I keep hearing people telling me, what you did was fantastic. And we had this conversation before. Nothing is really that hard. You just need to hustle a little bit and want to do it. Like you make great websites. Seriously, you do, of course. But you wouldn't describe your websites as like genius websites.
No.
It's like
And most
great websites.
actually, like when you do anything that you actually like really try to do your best, you never get there. Like
Yeah.
I hope my clients aren't listening to me right now, but I never delivered a website that I was fully satisfied with.
Well, that's actually a good
Like,
thing to do.
but when I showed it to my clients, they're like, "Whoa, this is crazy! This is that, amazing." But the truth is, most of the time, I come to a point where I'm like,
right, that's good enough.
I need to stop. Like, the worst experience of my life, professionally speaking, was when I was doing my own website.
Oh, this is really hard.
Because I came to a point where, like, I think I did like version 18, like 18 different websites, like full structure difference and stuff. And at the end, it's always because I need to showcase something right away. I just settle for something and leave it there.
True.
And yeah, it's true
because you're
that
trying
it's-
to be a little bit perfectionist, right? So
Well,
you
when-
want your
when-
website
when
to be
you-
banging.
when you're trying to master a craft, whatever it is, no one can tell you that they mastered anything.
Yeah, of course.
There's always margins of progression and stuff, and
Of
it's
course.
that weird thing that the more you know, the more you discover there is more to
More
know.
to know, absolutely.
And so, actually, the more you know, the less you know, because you see the whole volume of the thing. Because then you touch to other fields and stuff like that. So, yeah, I get in that sense that it's very hard when people tell you, "Oh, you're so good at this," and you know what's behind. You know what the type of things where you can get better,
Yeah,
etc.,
yeah,
etc. So it's you feel like a fraud in a way because they're
Well-
like, "Oh, this is so amazing," and you're like, "Man, this it was amazing to me too." Like maybe 2 weeks ago.
But then, you know,
But
it's
today-
not that hard. Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody can, not everybody, but a lot of people can do it.
Exactly.
And I think there's the they call it the imposter syndrome. And it is true. Like a lot of people tell me about my podcast. Oh my God, this is the guy who makes podcasts. It doesn't happen all the time, obviously, especially not on this one.
No, but I've witnessed a few times where when we were in social events, and
Yeah.
people were, "Oh, you're the podcast
Yeah,
guy."
the podcast guy. And I'm like, guys, if you knew how easy it is, you just need to get going. Just get started. Just try it, and you will see it's really not that hard. Yeah, it looks complicated as everything, but if you put a little bit of effort and you try to hustle a little bit and try to learn, if you're open to learning, then and of course
Yeah.
you will improve and you will improve. And that's why I encourage a lot of people to do podcasts. And one day a friend of mine told me, "Why do you encourage people to do podcasts? Like you are encouraging competition." I'm like, "No, man, I'm
And if
encouraging."
you think this is competition, then you
Nah,
didn't
but I'm-
understand shit.
But I'm like encouraging like a market. I'm encouraging like a field that people.
Exactly.
The more people do it, the more bigger the community and the better it is for everybody. And honestly, I don't look at people as competition.
No, and to be honest, if anything, like you brought me in this amazing experience of doing podcasts. Ever since I started doing podcasts, I started like watching podcasts,
Yeah.
and listening to podcasts like different. Like it wasn't the format that I was used to before actually being on one. So, if anything, getting people on to start doing podcasts, they're gonna help you by watching what
Yeah.
you do. Try to do the things that you do.
We're gonna feed
well.
off each other.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
It's,
absolutely. That's true. That's true.
You
So-
see it
so-
with YouTubers as well. Like YouTubers, they use each other. They do collaborations
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and basically they all grow because
Yeah, they
it's
feed off each
synergy.
other.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure,
for sure.
for sure, absolutely. So when you say that, I think it's a little bit. I would be very hypocritical if I said that I like the other podcasts that I watch in Morocco. I mean, I've sent you a few of them, and first of all, it's very hard for me to say this podcast is good, this podcast is bad. Even though I say it, but what I mean to say most of the time is I like it or I don't like it. Because there is a podcast for everybody, and everybody
course,
should
of
start
course.
a podcast, even if you're talking about things that you might believe nobody cares about. But you will find a community that people care about, whatever you like. And what do you think about the Moroccan podcasts?
Well, I've watched a few. There are a few that I find good. Others are a bit too mimicky. Like they didn't understand. I feel the concept of a podcast where it's almost scripted
Yeah.
and attitude and stuff. But overall, man, I find it amazing that there's podcasts in Morocco, bro. Like that people
too.
are speaking their minds, whatever it is. We saw some where people think they're rappers and they're like,
For
"Yo,
sure.
what up, guys?" Shit, like
Yeah.
brah, brah. But
True.
it's just nice to actually see people think, because in social environments a lot of people just conform to certain standard, and they don't like there's this thing here. Me personally, I felt it in Morocco. When you start getting too deep or talking your own ideas and stuff, a lot of people say like are you okay, bro?
Yeah,
You know,
like
they don't like it's not viewed as always as a positive to have like your own ideas. Or and I find it amazing that people actually take that leap, whether I like the content they do or not, but just doing it is already amazing.
absolutely. I agree with you. I think most of them, I give them a like, I give them a subscribe, and I even though it's not really my type, because some of them, you know, if they talk about rap music, I like to listen to rap music, but I'm not really into.
Yeah, you're not the
that
target
thing.
audience.
That's okay,
Anyways,
but,
and it's okay.
But I like it, and if somebody I know that likes rap, I will say, hey, listen, you need to go check it out, check out this band, etc., or this podcast, etc. I think this format is really cool. Also, what a lot of people told me is, oh, I don't like how. It's a little bit too long. It's a little bit too short. It's a little bit, but then the culture of podcasts is not really understood here. I think 100% because they consume podcasts as you need to entertain me really quick, like it's a game
Yeah.
show or something. Podcast is in the background. You listen to it while you
Yeah,
do
and
the
it's
dishes,
like you
while
said,
run, while
like you said, it's
drive.
not like something that you consume as, oh, today I'm gonna listen to a podcast. Bring the popcorn. You know?
Yeah.
It's more something that's in the background, something
Absolutely.
that just gets your brain, keeps your brain occupied when you're doing a very mechanical task,
Yeah.
like driving, doing some exercise, working out, all that stuff. But at the end, it's beautiful to see people talking about something that they're passionate about, whatever it is.
You
Like
know-
I find myself once I was looking at this guy, and I swear I have zero passion for what he does, but just to see how passionate he was. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's a British guy that loves trains,
Trains.
and
no,
he
but-
runs after trains, and he cries when like there's this specific train that is doing his last
last
the
round,
last round and stuff, and he cries. He's like, oh my god. And watching someone so passionate, like, I find that amazing.
I agree. I think passion brings passion, and that's why, you know, I have another podcast, and we didn't meant to do this podcast about podcasts because we already did it.
Yeah.
But it's I think like if you are passionate, it will transpire and people will enjoy it for sure. Which is the theme of my other podcast, Ça reste entre nous, in French, which I try to. Just bring people who are cool and you think are cool and they have a passion.
Just
And
someone
you can be
that's a
passionate
bit
about
special.
anything.
Because everyone's so, like, there's a lot of stuff that kind of puts you in this mold, and you need to be conventional, and and like no one's special at first glance nowadays, you know. But when you dig in a little bit and you that guy actually, I don't know, collects stamps or
absolutely.
or you know, he
Absolutely.
loves diving.
He's
or-
very knowledgeable about furniture. He's very knowledgeable
Yeah,
about
man,
cartoons. He's very knowledgeable about video games, and this is and
Man, passion is everything.
is
bro.
everything. Is everything for sure, for sure. All right. Well, I think this is
That was a nice passionate
That was
discussion.
a nice, passionate discussion. Let's wrap it up for today, and thank you so much for listening. This
Yep.
was long
Please,
overdue. Long
subscribe,
overdue.
like,
Subscribe, like, share,
and and put in comments
yeah,
and congratulate
thanks.
this guy that just
thanks. Yeah. So it's I'm very excited. Very excited. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
all right.